Hello, this is Dan, the furniture repairman. Today we have a quick video on a new tool we purchased. It's a laser tool we're using to strip furniture. And this is my son Arthur. He did a tremendous amount of research into this, and we found a product that we wanted to take a chance on. And we've been using it for about 4 weeks. And here you can see it right here. This is just a beam of light, and it's hitting the varnish, and it's creating a flame right there at the bottom, and it's basically evaporating the varnish off of the piece and leaving just the wood behind. And you can see there's some smoke. So we right now are working on ventilation and a few other issues, but it's a new product and we're kind of getting our feel from it, but I figure I'd go ahead and share it with you. Now, we're about 3 weeks into experimenting with this and finding better techniques. The distance and the amount of power, there's a lot of adjustments and there's a lot of different units you could purchase. Affects the way this will work. Now you can see right there, he's cutting into that corner right there, and you can see how that light just wraps right around that corner. Now what you're seeing there isn't necessarily the light, it may be a little bit of a flame that's created by the varnish and the laser. I'm not too sure. There's not a tremendous amount of documentation on this stuff. It is a newer tool. It's a cutting edge tool. I mean, it's been around for a few years and other shops have been using it. But we figured it was time for us to take a shot on one and see how it works. And we've been very happy so far with the way this has performed. Now, these are expensive. You know, they're averaging about $15,000 to $20,000 per unit. They don't use a tremendous amount of power. I think this one uses 800 watts. The average hair dryer is usually 800 to 1200 watts, but it is a little bit of a complicated electrical situation. So we'll get into that later. Now, this is real time right here. So this is not sped up, not slowed down. This is just the pace that he's moving this across. He equates this a lot to stripping, spraying furniture. You kind of got to have real feel for what's happening and pay attention. You have to keep moving. If you stop, you will burn a line in the piece. If you're too close, you will burn a line. You can burn the piece or you can burn out the lenses. Now, we use about a lens a day. They're costing somewhere around $15 to $20. This is a Chinese product. Now, here you can see we're just blowing off all that dust, and that's what's left. That quick, that good a result. And the next thing we're going to do is just a little bit of an acetone wash on it. We're going to wipe it down with some acetone, which will break up the last little bits of that varnish, and you can see that beautiful wood that's left underneath. Now, these are, we're not using stripper and we're using much less acetone. We're saving money on material, we're saving money on time, we're using less chemicals in the world. Has to be a good thing. I'm not too sure about, the smoke or whatever, but, we're just kind of trying this out. But you see how beautiful that product looks right there. So the piece isn't scrubbed or scraped or all the results that happen from stripping furniture. Now, this is our tech, John, and he's going to be working on the edge of this. Um, so the base, the bottom, and it does a beautiful job of getting right inside the grooves, into spots, and he's going right down the legs like this. We did take the metal feet off the bottom. It will take off rust. It will take off a lot of things. So you got to be real careful with this, and you also have to be real careful when you're handling it because it's a laser beam. It's a for a real thing. So you have to watch flammable materials. You have to be well ventilated. We're in an area right there by the door, and we have fans going to kind of blow things out and around. So we have good ventilation for ourselves. We're wearing the green goggles that come with the machine, the one the manufacturer specifies, and we're using a respirator because if there's any harmful fumes, we just don't want our people breathing them in. We don't want to breathe them in. Well, I may want to breathe them in, but I was told I shouldn't breathe them in by my son. So I've been pretty good with listening to him on this product right here. He did make me promise that I won't use it to heat my coffee up in the morning, and I've been pretty good at honoring that promise so far. Now this is a close-up of the leg, and you can see where the laser cut and where it didn't. So we figure we'd take a quick shot of this. and you overlap the laser a little bit, and it seems not to cause any damage to the wood as long as you keep moving. But there is a definite amount of technique that is required. And if you strip furniture, you see how beautiful those grooves look, all those places that are so hard to get to. We're very happy with the way this machine is performing. This is a picture of the machine that we purchased. We got it from, it is a Chinese company. We bought it sight unseen. It was a little bit of a gamble, but so far it's paid off. Now, they did deliver on their promises. This is a picture of it, I believe, in their factory when they completed it. And then the only thing I would say is you could see by the gun, there's no real stand for it. There is a little bit of a problem where you can trigger it accidentally when you set it down. So we made a stand. And here it is in our shop. We had it unpacked. It did not come with an instruction manual, but they did send us a PDF version once we asked for it. Now, here's the tricky part. This is the power requirements. You can see under voltage, it's 220 volt, but it's 50 hertz. Now, if you're in the United States, we work with a 60 hertz system. So you need to buy a converter to take it from 50 hertz to 60 hertz. And then also note that it says 220 volt because the plug it comes with is this right here. That's a 110 typically plug that you would have on an item. So don't make the mistake of just plugging that into your normal wall. I'm not sure what would happen. We purchased a converter to take it from 60 hertz to 50 hertz, and it accepts this plug, and it's been functioning just fine. But go in with your eyes wide open. Make sure you look at all these little things because they may affect the machine and how it works. This is Dan, the furniture repairman. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to keep saying it every time a piece gets restored, it doesn't go in the landfill. And less trees are being cut down to make new ones. If you have any questions or comments about anything or this machine, feel free to put them in the comments below, or you can contact me on our website, danthefurniturerepairman.com. You all have a good day.